guys, this is Tante Africa Talk Show with your host Patricia, aka Tatawake No. Today I have the privilege of having one guest in my show, the first guest in Africa, in Kenya, and he's called
Stanley Ngara, the king of Africa, king of Condom, the only one in Africa.
So, as you have heard, he's the only one in Africa. So we are ready to hear his story. And maybe we start by him telling us his name, where he was born from, and then ndio tuendelee. Welcome, my guest. First of all, let me take this chance to welcome you to Tante Africa Talk Show.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also thank you for giving me this chance. I feel honored.
Thank you. I'm also honored to be the first one in Africa to be in this show. It is very exciting. It is very good. My name is Stanley Ngara. Once again, I'm from Thika. Thika is in Central Province or Kiambu County, if we can go with the old school Central Province, but nowadays is Kiambu County. And I have a call, and my call is to break the silence in Africa about HIV and sex education. And that's what I do every day. Educate people, I distribute condom, I empower people. And that's what my journey in life, and that's my purpose in life. That's what I'm following.
So thank you so much, Stanley. For me, our connection is much more because we know each other when we were growing up.
Yes.
And I know you didn't start by where you are today. You started somewhere else. Maybe you can tell our audience where you started. And is this a passion in you, or is it something you do because you have to do it, or why do you do it actually, if I may ask?
Well, I have two stories. One is about my attire, and one is about the king of condom. These are two different stories. And my story, when I cleared my O-level education, I went to join the army, and I was doing boxing, and I was very good in boxing in Central Province. So when I joined the army, I stayed there for 3 years waiting for the training. But every time the training was due, something came up and I didn't go. My name was not forwarded, and I got tired. I left the army, I stopped doing boxing, and I started a new life. So when I came back home, I joined some young girls and boys who were starting a Red Cross. So we started a charitable organization of helping the community in Red Cross. And to be sincere, I was a volunteer in Red Cross for 7 good years. Mm-hmm. And I was living totally with helping the community. Then after that, I was lucky. I was employed by an NGO called LV City Health.
Maybe before we go to that, I would like you to tell our audience, because we have a lot of, because it is through some disappointment that you ended up doing something else different. And we have our youth out there who, when they get disappointed, they just sit there and start crying. I wanted to be a soldier, now I'll be boxing with Mike Tyson, and it is not happening. But you telling us that from the situation of a bad situation, you ended up doing something else.
Yes, I was not social when I was doing boxing.
Yeah, of course, boxing is not for social people.
I was tough. I was fighting everybody in the street and revenging. And then when I came, I was received by my friends in church. And we started a youth group, a support group rather. Mm-hmm. And that support group was a lot of young people are not employed, but they were doing small things for survival, like selling sweet. I can remember I was doing flowers. I'm good in art, mm-hmm. and I was surviving in art. But 90% of our time, we were giving it to the street children, to the community, doing cleanup in the hospital, floods, helping the community in case of floods, training people first aid. And I was the chairman of the youth. Mm-hmm. And from that, I really felt appreciated. I used my energy very well by helping people. I used my time very well. We used to donate blood. And I felt that the community accepted me, and I felt at home.
So you want to tell our youth outside there who are just seated to look for things to do. They can look for opportunities instead of just sitting down. They can look for things to do, so that, because there is nothing that will find you sleeping. You have to go outside. You have to be with people outside there. And because I know your journey of volunteer and how you really recruited us, it's like, come, don't just sit there.
Yes.
Come, do something, so that from something you can become something.
Yes.
Because by sitting, it is 100% that you cannot be anything if you're just keeping. Maybe I give you this also chance to tell the youth out there, there are so many places they can join so that they cannot be idle, because idleness is something that is killing our youth. Just being seated there, bad influence. But if they join some groups like you joined, they can be something. So now we are at the journey where you started the Red Cross, and you went on and volunteered for quite some times. And then what happened next? Where did you land?
So at the peak of my volunteerism, I was an NGO. Maybe I'll take you back. We were doing a lot of HIV awareness with the community. And that HIV was new. And in our village, so many people have died of HIV. My friends, I have lost a lot of friends from HIV. If you can sit here, think of people, and we start listing people that we knew, we can really write a lot of people. So the first NGO to come up with HIV testing was called HAPAC, or LVCT. I was lucky to get in contact with them through Red Cross, and I was employed. And I have worked in that organization for 20 years. Wow. Until early this year, I decided to resign and start my own initiative, that I can be able to reach to so many other people. I can be able to go far and wide because I feel I have a calling to reach out to young people about HIV. One of the things that I feel, it is very good to be in the places you are celebrated as young people. Mm-hmm. Don't be somewhere that you are being mocked. Don't be somewhere that you are being rejected. And the bad thing is, places that young people are being embraced and celebrated are in drug places they are doing the wrong things, exactly. I can say. But we can look for good places, like we can volunteer, we can help, we can join charitable things. And within those places, we are going to get some network that will give us more opportunities in life.
True.
And I feel this is also an opportunity to be with Ante Africa. And it's great because we'll also get network from here.
So I remember after we lost contact, and I started seeing you more in television. And we know when HIV came, we started all telling our people, protect yourself, protect yourself. But you know, this protective gadget is one thing that people shy of so much. So when I started seeing you on television, saying it so loud, saying you don't have to hide, you can remember we went in so many secondary schools, we went in so many colleges, yeah. And this shy off of protecting yourself is not something so many people talk publicly. But you've gone even further, even to big television station. You are always on newspaper. I've seen there's so many countries you've gone, moved around in Africa, coming out so bold and telling people, protect yourself, and this thing is nothing to hide about. Why is this energy?
I think there is, and I would like my audience also in life, it's not too late. Always see the gap, see the opportunity. In Africa, we don't talk about sex, but we do it in darkness. So the opportunity to see the connection between HIV and sex, and taking sex education to help people protect themselves from HIV have taken me all over Africa. I've gone to so many countries. I've gone to South Africa, I've gone to Thailand, I've gone to Tanzania. I've gone to so many places, and I still wish Corona will go, because I have a journey to visit all African countries. Mm-hmm. to make sure that we have kings and queens of condom in every African country, and we can have a meeting and we can save the new generation. Because what I feel is that we have the know-how, but how are we going to leave this continent to the upcoming generation? I would wish that HIV can go, that my daughter, my sons will come and get a HIV-free generation, and that's the passion.
So that is what you would wish, that in the next generation to come, that because we grew up having the fear of AIDS,
Yes.
HIV, this was something that was already burning like fire, but your wish is to see this thing coming to an end before we
Yes.
even think of maybe having a virus, that
Yes.
people should protect themselves, because I think it is the African mentality that we always have. If they don't do this, then let them give them another alternative. And this is where you're coming in and telling the youth, because if we don't give the alternative, it's like when you work with other group that are maybe ask, you tell them, because you cannot go removing them where they are. They earn money there.
Yes.
So alternative is always there. If you have to engage in all this situation, protect yourself. HIV is real. You're telling
Yes.
them that. HIV is killing as well.
Yes.
And it is something that can really kill a whole village if
It
not
have.
taken good care of.
Yes.
There's also other people that you take also good care of. I mean, Ngara, you venture in places that not so many people have the energy to venture there.
So, Patricia, I have learnt a lot, and I have been able to venture to difficult and challenging places. Like, I have been able to work with all sex workers in this country.
Sex workers.
Yes.
Now we are from the field of condom. Now we've come to the main customers now.
Yes.
Let us say like that.
Yes, the condom users, the great condom users are sex workers. And I have been able to reach out to sex workers almost the whole country. From Kisumu, Garissa, Kwale, Lamu, Nairobi, Thika. We can talk.
Yeah.
And I've been able to have one-on-one to understand them, to talk to them. Others have been very close friends of mine that even they visit my home. In case I have a function, they will come and help to cook. We have a close relationship. I have been able to transform others. I can talk of a lady I found was very desperate, was taking a lot of weed, was so careless. And I'm saying today I'm very proud of that lady because she got married and she's living in one of the posh estates in Garden West Estate in Nairobi. Have a big keeping a chicken, and she's very comfortable. She's driving, and she was bad girl before we talked with her.
Because I remember the first time we went here in Thika, we were so surprised that these groups are well organized. It's like a small society.
Yes.
You cannot just go there and you decide from coming from home and enter there. You have to register. You have to know there's chair lady.
Yeah.
I remember somebody looking for a chair lady when we wanted to talk with them at night.
Yes.
And but the main aim of these people being there, how do you get them outside there so that, like you're telling us now, this girl has a own family? How do you manage to get them from that situation?
My intention is not to remove them from their workplace. Because
that is
their
the workplace.
That is their work.
Okay.
They respect it. They have customers. I'll tell you for true, there are others who get 30 men in a day.
Wow.
Yes, it is serious. There are others who make even 20,000 every day. There are others who depending with the class. If you go to Haringam, Westlands, those ladies will make even 30,000 in a day. But when you come to Majengo here in Githurai, they'll make like 1,000 a day. But we'll have many men. But my purpose is to make sure that they have safer sex.
Because you cannot tell them not to have it.
I can't. And also, whoever is willing to come. And I think I'm so proud that I bought a plot to one. And
What do you mean by a plot?
a plot.
Where they can build, or
No,
what do
no.
you mean?
One lady who have been there for the longest, like 35 years, have nothing. She have been there for that 5 years. I decided to buy a rand for that lady in Makuyu.
But this money, because let us call it dirty money, or I don't know, let me not call it dirty money, because it is their business. It is like any offices to them.
Yes.
And how come one is in this field for quite so long, and at the end of it, you're not benefiting from it?
They need training. Remember, most of them go there because of poverty, frustrations in marriages, and it's like a comfort zone. So what they need sex, alcohol, drugs, and maybe something to eat.
So money is
so
not
the culture, the attitude they have is very bad, and we are training them. In fact, we are getting a lot of people now helping them to start their own small businesses as a top-up.
You don't pull them just at once?
We pull people who want to get out.
Okay.
We cannot force you to get out from that place.
Okay.
But what we can say, the HIV prevalence among those ladies is going down.
Okay. Because they are learning
condom.
about protective sex.
60% of all sex workers in Kenya, they are using condom perfectly.
Good.
They are using PrEP. They are protecting themselves. I've also worked with the military. I have talked with touts. I have talked with colleges. I think yesterday was in another college. I visit colleges and I give them free talk. I go to secondary school. And I feel our people perish because of lack of knowledge and ignorance.
Yeah, that one for sure.
And also misconception of life. So if we can, together we can make a difference. If you can join us, we can make a difference. And I'm very happy for what you are doing, Patricia. So I want just to talk about my attire. I import this attire.
You import?
Yes.
From where?
I don't want to say because some people can start getting them.
They will copy.
It is designed for King of Condom.
Okay.
And I did this because from childhood, I wanted to be in a military. I wanted to be a senior army officer. And because I missed, I became myself.
So for you, your attire is also based on a situation as well.
Yes.
So you make yourself feel like the chance that I missed there when you started, you told us you wanted to be a soldier.
Yes.
And now you build this attire to feel like with a nice kofia.
I've been able to address the police officers when I'm addressed like this, army officers, and I feel good.
You feel like one of them.
So if you miss one bus, get a matatu and you get into your destination. So this attire have also made me meet the president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta. And I feel it's a sharp, it's give message what I want to talk about. I'm very happy because my mother support me. My mother even called me King of Condom. Sometimes when I introduce, I'm a Ngara, Mama King of Condom. And I feel, this, but
so
it is a journey.
They don't shy because the most important is people to embrace what is being used.
Yes.
Because if we have the level of HIV, because I've seen it when it was coming with the eyes, and I remember anytime we would go to Red Cross and visit, you remember the way we used to go to the slums?
Yes.
And you were the only person actually who could agree to wash them. All of us, we would shy to wash the HIV people. But I remember there's a woman you would go every week there to wash that lady, because the family could not take them, and discrimination was too much, even for the people who'd touch them. And it's not easy because...
Patricia, sometimes I don't want to talk about our experience with HIV.
It's tough.
Because I don't do this because of money.
I know.
But you remember those girls in Kendutu, that even people could not buy things from their shop.
I know.
Because they are HIV positive. We have talked with people that have died. We have seen them. And I feel that I don't need to sit down and allow people to go through the same.
Yeah, it's true.
We can stop. And the pain I have for all these very important parents, brothers and sisters who have died is one of the things that make me wake up every day, carry my condoms, go and talk to people, because I think this can help one person.
It is true.
It was difficult. I remember those girls. I remember how Patricia, we supported them. I remember the support group we started. And I remember, and it was painful. I'm sorry for this, but it's something that is fresh in my mind.
It's good to be emotional, because for those of us who are working at that time at Red Cross, we used to venture in these slums of Kiandutu, and it was tough. It was tough to see those women lying there. Family members have ran away from them. The children, some of them were being washed even by their small boys, because nobody would touch them. Nobody would enter even their house. And even us, some of the volunteers that we used to go there for field work, we would fear, but only him. That's why I have a lot of respect for this guy, because I know what he does, it's not for fame. It's not because of money, because that time we used to even volunteer even without anything. I used to remember that time I used to leave my daughter at home, and I come home empty-handed. And my mom would not understand how I go the whole day and come, and I did not bring something home. And Ngara used to have that passion for these people with HIV, like his own sisters and brothers. We would go there. We would always give ourselves the place to cook for them. We are cooking, and he would put like 3 gloves. He would wipe them. That time there were even no Pampers like today. This time they have the privilege, they have the Pampers and everything. And the job you used to do, Ngara, even me, I salute you.
I thank you. Thank you.
I salute you so much, and it is my prayer, and I know, I always tell people that even if you do I do any one video and it touches one person, you've touched million people, Ngara, and you're not stopping there. Sure. Because for you, you know the use of condom, how it could protect, how it can protect the whole society, and you don't even shy off from this. I salute you, my brother. Maybe you tell our viewers, what is this thing that you would want them to hold at heart anytime they think about HIV/AIDS?
I think it is very important to say that you don't get HIV because you are careless. You don't get HIV because you are going out looking for HIV. You get HIV because you don't know your status, you don't know the status of your partner, and you're not protecting yourself. So as much as we campaign about HIV, when HIV gets into your body, it will destroy, the virus will destroy your body. So you are the only person who will go through that whole experience of HIV. But because we have protection, let's protect ourselves. Let's talk about HIV. Let's talk about sex. Let's learn. Let's work together to support our continent, Africa, and one another. Thank you very much for this opportunity, Patricia.
You. Thank you.
And together we can make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe before he stands, I would like him to tell you, our viewers, where he's found, how you can get in touch with him, so that if you have anything to do with HIV, any help, sometimes we also need volunteers. I started as a volunteer, yeah? And don't just sit there. Utilize any time you have to do good. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to be rich so that you do anything. You can give your time, follow somebody like Ngara. You become one of the volunteers to help him, because him alone, he cannot achieve the whole world. But when you join this team of Ngara, you can do the great job he's doing, and you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. For me, I've learned a lot from this guy. The humanity in him is humanity that is not something that you can buy with money. The humanity of loving people, people that are hated in the society, trying to bring them together. As you've heard, he enters to the prostitute. You go in any town, they know him very well. And so I would like to give you this chance, Ngara. Tell people, where are you based? How can they get to get in touch with you, so that this great job, because if 2 people do it, then the next time there will be 10, and the world will be safer for us.
Well, thank you very much. Together we can make a difference. That's what I believe. You can get me on my Facebook and Stanley Ngara. That's what I call myself. I'm on Twitter, Ngara Stanley. I've changed. I have a Facebook page, King of Condom. I have Instagram. Yes, I said. I'm on Twitter also, Stanley Ngara. I use Stanley Ngara so much. And I'm also based here in Thika. For the last 20 years I've been in Nairobi, but I've decided to come back home and start another journey of touring Africa from home. So I'm in home. You can get me on my phone, 0722-128-238. You can also get me on my email, ngara.curio. Curio, I like art. So I had a curio shop. So my email is after my curio shop, ngara.curio@gmail.com. And you'll always get me, and together we can make a difference. If in case of rape, GBV, gender-based violence, I also support very much, both men and female, and HIV awareness, and motivational talk. You can invite me in churches, in schools, in colleges, in clubs, football, and I believe if you know the purpose you are in this world, you'll make a difference.
That was Tante Africa Talk Show with your host Patricia, aka Tata Wakeno. God bless you and thank you. Till next time, bye-bye.